In the world of royalty, every gesture is measured, every choice is observed, and every detail carries a legacy far older than the woman who stands beneath its weight. Yet, among the shimmering diamonds and centuries-old traditions, there is one question that quietly captivates millions. Why does the future queen, Catherine, continue to wear Diana's jewels with such intention, such grace, such unwavering consistency? Few people realize that behind each sapphire, pearl, and diamond lies a story of continuity, memory, and a subtle defiance of protocol. These aren't just adornments. They are emotional anchors, symbols of motherhood, service, compassion, and a connection to the people that the crown alone could never create. And what almost no one sees is this: in choosing Diana's jewels, Kate is not imitating the past. She is rewriting the meaning of royalty through elegance, humility, and the quiet confidence that transforms tradition into something human, warm, and profoundly modern. There are moments in history when a piece of jewelry becomes more than an heirloom. It becomes a bridge between eras, between women, between the silent expectations of a monarchy and the emotional truth of those who step into its light. Kate Middleton, now Princess of Wales, understands this with rare clarity. Each time she chooses one of Diana's jewels, she is doing far more than honoring a predecessor. She is shaping a narrative about identity, motherhood, continuity, and the evolving nature of feminine power within the royal structure. Because for Kate, jewelry has never been simply about sparkle. It is about meaning, connection, memory, a way to preserve legacy without allowing it to overshadow her own voice. In a world where protocol often demands rigidity, she brings warmth. Where the crown demands distance, she brings humanity. Where tradition expects repetition, she brings renewal, quiet, intentional, deeply feminine. This video explores the psychology behind her most iconic choices, the emotional layers hidden inside each sapphire and pearl, and how Kate uses Diana's jewels to rewrite what it means to be a modern royal woman, grounded, graceful, and profoundly connected to the people she serves. There is a quiet power in choosing a jewel that once belonged to another woman, especially a woman whose presence still lingers in the collective memory of an entire nation. When Kate reaches for one of Diana's pieces, she is not simply selecting an accessory. She is entering a dialogue with history, with expectation, and with a legacy shaped by both admiration and tragedy. Few gestures in the royal family carry as much emotional resonance as the moment a new Princess of Wales places on her skin the jewels once worn by the one who defined the role for a generation. What captivates the public, especially older audiences who witness Diana's journey in real time, is the contrast between protocol and humanity. Royal tradition teaches restraint. Jewelry, in that context, is often treated as duty symbols of status, lineage, ceremony. But Kate uses jewelry as communication. She transforms diamonds into language, pearls into memory, and sapphires into bridges that connect the monarchy with the people who longed for warmth after decades of distance. Take the sapphire engagement ring, for instance. Anyone can see its brilliance, but only those who look deeper understand its psychology. The stone speaks of continuity, but also vulnerability, a reminder that love, loss, and hope are all part of the royal narrative. Kate has never replaced the ring, not because of protocol, but because it anchors her story to Diana's through empathy rather than imitation. It is silent symbolism at its most powerful. The past does not vanish. It becomes a foundation for the future. And then there are the choices she makes in her daily life, the way she balances glamorous diamonds with accessible jewelry, how she alternates between royal protocol and gestures of grounded motherhood. Her decisions echo a linguistic pattern older audiences instantly recognize: humility wrapped in elegance, strength softened by grace. Kate's jewelry choices communicate steadiness, emotional intelligence, and a desire to make the monarchy feel more human without ever abandoning the refinement expected of her role. Every piece she chooses carries layers: tradition balanced with renewal, memory balanced with identity, past balanced with purpose. Kate understands that a jewel can comfort, honor, and inspire all at once. And as we look closer at this emotional dialogue between past and present, another question emerges, one that reveals an even deeper layer of meaning. If you love jewelry, elegance, and the psychology behind feminine confidence, consider subscribing to the Jewelry Mind. Here, every piece has a story, and every story reveals a truth about who we are beneath the surface. When we look at Kate Middleton through the lens of emotional symbolism, something extraordinary emerges. Her jewelry choices are not passive tributes, they are intentional strategies of identity. In a monarchy built on centuries of hierarchy, she has found a gentle way to express agency without confrontation. She does it through metals, stones, colors, and small deviations from protocol that feel almost imperceptible, until you realize how deeply they resonate. Older generations understand this language intuitively. They remember the weight of responsibility, the quiet negotiations made inside a family, the balance between honoring tradition and finding one's own voice. Kate speaks directly to that emotional memory. When she selects Diana's pearls for a humanitarian event or her sapphire earrings for a state occasion, she is saying, "I see the legacy, I respect it, but I will carry it in my way calm, present, grounded." The psychology behind this is subtle, yet powerful. Jewelry, especially inherited jewelry, carries emotional imprints. It becomes a vessel for continuity, a reminder of what came before, a reassurance that roots are strong enough to support new branches. Kate's choices echo this symbolism with remarkable precision. She avoids extremes, never too bold, never too timid. She gravitates toward harmony, balance, and pieces that evoke serenity rather than spectacle. This aligns with a pattern we see in women who lead with emotional intelligence. They understand the energy metals and stones hold. Pearls soften a public moment. Diamonds reinforce authority without aggression. Sapphires communicate loyalty, depth, and stability. Each gem supports her narrative as a mother, a wife, a national symbol, and a woman navigating an institution shaped long before she was born. And beneath everything, she maintains that understated quality the public admires, the quiet confidence that does not shout, yet fills a room. The same quality Diana possessed, though expressed differently, shaped by different eras, different wounds, different expectations. As we observe this delicate balance between symbolism and self-expression, another layer begins to reveal itself, one that reshapes how we understand Kate's role in the royal family. When Kate steps into public life wearing Diana's jewels, she is not merely continuing a tradition, she is redefining what royal continuity means in the modern world. For generations, the monarchy relied on symbols of distance, crowns, carriages, velvet, protocol. But Kate transforms those symbols into something more intimate. She takes pieces once associated with grandeur and reframes them as expressions of empathy, humility, and emotional presence. One of the most compelling aspects of her approach is how she bridges two worlds, the timeless structure of the monarchy and the everyday reality of the people she represents. Older audiences, who watch the evolution of the royal family over decades, instantly recognize the significance of this shift. They understand the courage required to soften an institution built on rigidity. They see in her choices a quiet defiance, never rebellious, always respectful, that mirrors the subtle strength many women have exercised in their own families for generations. By wearing Diana's jewels, Kate creates a layered emotional narrative. For some, the pieces evoke nostalgia, a connection to a woman whose warmth changed public expectations forever. For others, they symbolize healing. Diana's story ended in heartbreak. Kate's narrative introduces steadiness, stability, and renewal. The jewels themselves become vessels of transformation, holding two stories at once, the memory of what was lost and the promise of what can still be built. This is where Kate's brilliance lies. She uses jewelry the way some use language, to comfort, to reassure, to signal continuity without resisting change. Her choices often come at moments when the monarchy is under scrutiny or transition: a pearl bracelet during a solemn event, sapphire earrings during a national celebration, a diamond tiara at a moment of institutional significance. Each selection is measured, thoughtful, and aligned with the emotional landscape of the country. She also understands the psychology of familiarity. People feel safer when they recognize symbols from the past, especially in uncertain times. By integrating Diana's jewels into her own identity, Kate gives the public a sense of stability. She reassures them that while the faces may change, certain values endure: compassion, dignity, maternal devotion, grounded elegance. And just beneath the surface, another, even more profound truth waits to be uncovered, one that reveals how Kate's jewelry choices subtly reshape the monarchy's relationship with the public. What many people overlook is how profoundly Kate's jewelry choices reshape the emotional architecture of the monarchy. For centuries, royal jewels symbolized hierarchy, glittering reminders of power, distance, and duty. But Kate infuses them with something entirely different: accessibility, humanity, and emotional intelligence. She wears them not as trophies of rank, but as extensions of character. And in doing so, she redefines what royal symbolism feels like for the modern viewer. Consider the way she alternates between priceless heirlooms and pieces from accessible brands. This contrast is not accidental. It mirrors the tension between tradition and modernity, between the grandeur expected of a Princess of Wales and the grounded life she chooses to cultivate for her children. Older audiences who have navigated similar tensions in their own families intuitively connect with this balance. They see in her decisions the familiar negotiation between honoring the past and nurturing the future. This is why Diana's jewels matter so deeply in Kate's hands. They do not overshadow her, they complete her narrative. The pearls soften her presence. The diamonds lend authority without aggression. The sapphire symbols of loyalty, depth, and emotional clarity anchor her in a lineage she respects but never imitates. Kate does not wear Diana's jewels to become Diana. She wears them to continue the work Diana began, bringing warmth to cold tradition, bringing humanity to public duty, bringing a sense of real life into the symbolism of royalty. And perhaps most importantly, she amplifies the emotional message those jewels once carried. Diana used them to break barriers through hugs, eye contact, gestures of tenderness that transcended protocol. Kate uses them to build bridges between the crown and the public, between heritage and possibility, between memory and hope. This is the essence of modern royalty, not spectacle, but meaning. Not distance, but connection. Not a throne elevated above the people, but a woman standing among them, wearing history with grace. If this story inspired you, or if you see jewelry the way we do, through emotion, psychology, and the quiet power of symbolism, leave a like, subscribe to The Jewelry Mind, and share in the comments which royal jewel you'd like us to explore next.